Okay, example 5. Solve x minus 4 over x minus 3 is less than 5. So our red graph is our x minus 4 over x minus 3. And our blue graph is the y equals 5. And because of the x minus 3 in the denominator, there's a vertical asymptote at 3. And because the degree of the numerator and the denominator are the same, that means that the asymptote is the leading coefficients. So 1x over 1x would be 1 divided by 1, which is 1. So you can see we have our horizontal asymptote at y equals 1. Alright, so then our graph fits in there. How do I know where the graph is exactly? Well, we learned all that in sections 1 through 4 just to maybe find your x-intercept. So let's see, x minus 4 equals 0, so x equals 4. So there would be an x-intercept where x equals 4. I don't think I've drawn this accurately. Wouldn't that put an x-intercept about there or something? But that is enough to tell us that that branch is going to be down in this part of our graph. And then if we wanted another point, we could just plug something in over here, like plug in a 1. So 1 minus 4 is negative 3, and 1 minus 3 is negative 2. So negative 3 divided by negative 2 would be positive 1.5. So if we go right 1, up 1.5, so again, yeah, my graph isn't totally accurate, but it would be through this corner, correct? So then we graph the line y equals 5, so that's this blue line. And then the important thing is figuring out where they intersect, because we want to know this time where the red line is below, less than, the blue line. So to figure that out, we need to know where the two lines intersect, and then we need to write out our answer to represent any parts where the red line is below the blue line, which would be the entire right piece here, and the piece of the left piece from negative infinity to that point, but not including the point, correct? Because this time we've got less than, so it's not going to be equal to. So we're not going to include that point this time. Okay, so to find the point where they intersect, we just take the problem equal, we cross multiply. So we have x minus 4 on one side, 5x minus 15 on the other side. When we distribute the 5 through the x minus 3, move our x's to one side. So when I subtracted 5x, I got negative 4x over here. And then add the 4 to both sides. So that changes my negative 15 into a negative 11. Divide negative 11 by negative 4, and the negatives cancel, and I end up with positive 2.75. So that's where the two graphs cross, is at 2.75 up on that line where y equals 5. So then, to write out our answer, we're writing down all the domain intervals where the red graph is below the blue one. So again, we have the left branch up to that point at 2.75, and then we have the entire right branch. So that's represented with these two intervals from negative infinity to 2.75, or I wrote that just as the fraction, 11/4. And then that combined with this branch over here, which starts at the asymptote and goes to infinity. So in this case, we don't have any square brackets. It's all round parentheses because it's not included. It doesn't have an equal on it like the others we've done today have done. It's just a less than.